Good morning, everybody, and my apologies for English. I will be the English speaker token of the day. First of all, thank you very much for having me, and I want to talk about two words that are so common you may be wondering why Galit asked me to speak today. One is collaboration, and the other is digitization. And in my belief, we are at an inflection point for another step change in quality of life across the world by connecting these two words. So let me illustrate by way of a couple of examples. First of all, mergers and acquisitions. So have you ever thought about how two virtual strangers can come together and almost immediately create value? And there's two things that happen in a merger or an acquisition or a collaboration: an elimination of a barrier and the introduction of a common purpose for mutual gain. So you accomplish that and you get genuine collaboration. Now a simple example on digitization. Everyone in this room, no doubt, has used a spreadsheet. And you've put in a few columns and a bunch of rows, and you've developed some kind of insight, a trend, a causality, a correlation. But today, we've got computing horsepower that is 1,000-fold greater than it used to be just 10 years ago. We have machine intelligence, we have artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, robotics. And we have an exponential growth in sensors. When you combine all those things together, you get the ability to process thousands of columns and millions of rows in the time it used to take you to do those few columns. And so what we've been able to do with that is combine this information in a way that allows insights that used to take months or years and simply were beyond the ability of human comprehension. But now when you put that computing speed together, you get something that you weren't able to get before. And so if you apply this to a supply chain, a supply network, a value chain, a value network, and you start connecting digital signals, there are data streams and data reservoirs available beyond what we used to have just a short time ago. And if we apply this technology to those streams and reservoirs, we're able to identify waste and discover new value. And in some cases, invent new business models. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I would like to ask you another question, because you came from abroad, outside of Israel. And we have here in the audience environmental technology companies and entrepreneurs. And they wish to hear from your experience and your perspective, what are the next big technological challenges in the context of environmental protections?
Yeah, I think I would say two things. One answer is going to be the human side. The other is going to be the technology side. On the human side, I would challenge and invite regulators, government agencies, to think of this collaboration in terms of a value chain, because they can see a perspective on waste and waste generation that individual businesses simply cannot see. So I think we can take a step change in collaboration. On the technology side, I would like innovators to think of networks of networks. Today, we can have relative ease to process local information in digital databases. But if I were to ask you a question about how does food quality testing drive a farmer's decisions in agriculture, which then drive crop protection products all the way back to our manufacturing plants here in Israel and around the world, people don't naturally see a connection between food quality testing and what we do in our factories. But there's a natural connection there, and if we can connect the data, we can run more efficient processes. So we can eliminate waste, discover new value.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you, Galit.